offer from the world of Vicious. "You certainly have talent," she says like she has a gun to her head. "Thank you?" Her gaze narrows. "Don't get smart with me when I'm giving you a compliment." I comb my fingers through my hair, stopping at a knot at the back and picking at it. The caffeine and sugar finally kick in enough for me to ask, "How did you find where I live?" A confident smirk stretches across her dual-toned lips. "You're just asking me that now?" "Just woke up, remember? I need a minute to catch up with current events." And a shower, her button nose wrinkles. "I guess I should be glad you waited for me to open the door instead of letting yourself in." Anyway, no one is hard to find when you know the right people. I even know based on your recent browser history that you've been researching the band. Now that twists knots in my gut, doubt about using Vicious as my subject swallows me. You know about that? We also know that you sent a picture of the band to your colleague. Chills. Sylvia was there at an official capacity. We both didn't know that Vicious would be there. She's well within her right to change her story to fit the... Reyna's raised hand cuts off the defense. We have already reached out to her and she has given us the parameters of her story. Why do I get the feeling you're even scarier than the government? Because we are. I believe her, and that lowers my blood pressure to the point of vision tunneling. I'd hate to find out what else you know, but I get a feeling you'll tell me. You downloaded their songs for the first time last night. I wouldn't be here if you didn't take steps to get to know Vicious. Reyna waves like the information she just dropped on me doesn't matter. That invading my privacy is a small price. Plus, there's nothing on the internet that we didn't put there. I mouth "wow" before bringing the cup back to my lips, letting the bittersweet brew grease my engine further. All cylinders must be firing when dealing with Reyna. So, she taps Royal's picture. I'm particularly proud of that one. The blast of light achieves the avenging angel imagined, but instead of a sword, he wields a kick-ass bass. You want to take pictures of Royal for your final project? Actually, I lean forward, resting my arms on my knees. I point at each of the band members. I want to take pictures of the band as a whole. That's why I sent you pictures of all of them. Am I really going for this? Reyna's eyes flit from photo to photo, considering each like she looked at them for the first time. Tell me about your final project. I guess I am. It's a 10-piece introspective. To graduate, I must capture the essence of my subject. Since Vicious is what I want to work with, I want to look at the band as a whole and dissect its different parts. Reyna nods. How did you put these pictures together? She runs her hand over the 6 sitting side by side. I use software. My forte is in photo manipulation. I nudge at the 6th photo. The competition you won last year, you seamlessly combined 10 photographs to make one portrait. I shouldn't be impressed, since nothing can top finding where I live and knowing about my browser history. But still, that's what I'm thinking for Vicious. I want to pick out 9 pictures from the series I plan to take and meld them all together to create the 10th photograph, which will tell the band's story from start to finish. Reyna considers each photograph again. She said there's nothing on the internet that they didn't put there. If that's true, and I really don't have any evidence to the contrary, she'd have to put a large amount of trust in me to get the job done to her standard. She should know I won't do anything to jeopardize my career before it even gets off the ground. The background check should do all the convincing for me. If she says no, then I'd find a different subject. Hopefully, the idea brings some form of relief. Maybe the band as my subject is a bad idea? Her eyes keep stopping at Royal's photo. She picks it up and the knot on her brow eases and she smiles fondly at it. I've never seen him this way. Royal's always been a curious creature. He does everything on his own terms or doesn't do it at all. After you left the club, he made sure I take your proposal seriously. My heart leaps at her admission. Royal vouched for me, but why? He doesn't even know me. I don't understand it either, she says as if revealing that mind reading is part of her vampiric powers. He hasn't seen these pictures. No one but you and I have. She returns the photo to the table and opens the manila envelope again. From it, she takes out a stack of papers stapled at the top corner. She slides it to me. This is a non-disclosure. Not picking up the contract, I ask, what for? If you want to work with the band, you need access, correct? Yes! Eyes on the gateway to what I want, I lick my lips. I was thinking a couple sessions. In my periphery, I see Reyna shake her head. If you want to expose the bonds that tie the band together, you will need unlimited access to each member. For you to do that, you will need to be where they are at all times. Everyone around Vicious for an extended period signs one of these. I swallow. Hard, still tasting the blackness of the coffee beneath the sweet. If I understand Reyna correctly, she wants me to stay with the band. Essentially, live with them. That makes my life a whole lot easier. But do I want to be like Alice and jump into the rabbit hole? Do I really want to meet the Queen of Hearts and the Mad Hatter? Wasn't that book one drug-induced creative session? Here, in my tiny apartment, the White Rabbit disguised as a lowly girl offered me a chance of a lifetime. Many of the people on the message boards I read through would kill for this opportunity. If I signed the contract, I'd get an all-access pass. But what comes with that access? What are the side effects? The consequences? Think about it. Reyna's words snap my head up. I meet her intense stare just as she stands up. Have your lawyer look over the contract. If you have terms that you would like added, set a meeting with me and we can talk it over. Words fail me, lawyer? But, she raises a finger, I caution you. A churning begins in the pit of my stomach. If you sign that contract, you are all in. There will be nothing in the world of Vicious you cannot unsee. Many can't handle the pressure. Many break. I don't want you to be one of those people, and I will take great pleasure in destroying you should you breathe a single word of anything to anyone about the band without my consent. With a final considering glance, Reyna leaves me on the couch agog, and maybe just a little nervous. Okay, maybe a lot nervous, I sprint to the bathroom and shit myself.